All right, if you're an IB student, you know the exam pressure is, well, it's a lot. But what if I told you that the students getting the top scores don't just work harder, they work smarter? We're going to break down their four-part playbook, and spoiler alert, it has nothing to do with all-nighters. Let's dive in.
Let's just be real for a second. The old ways of studying just don't cut it for the IB. I mean, the sheer amount of content and the kind of skills they ask for, it makes cramming basically impossible. So if you've tried it and it blew up in your face, trust me, you are not alone. This is where we need a better strategy. Okay, so if cramming is off the table, what do we do instead? Look, this isn't about magically finding more hours in the day. Nobody has time for that. It's about making the study time you do have incredibly effective. We're going to walk through the exact playbook that the top performers are using.
All right, strategy number one, plan your attack. And the secret here is to work backward. Instead of that last-minute panic where you're just staring at a mountain of books, you're going to put your exam date on the calendar and plan everything back from there. It sounds simple, but it is a total game changer. So here's what that looks like in practice, a simple 8-week timeline. And notice you're not just vaguely studying. The first couple of weeks, that's for locking down your core concepts. Then, for the next 3 weeks, you dive into past papers, hunting down your weak spots. And those final 3 weeks, that's go time. It's all about performance, practicing under timed conditions to build up that mental stamina.
Okay, on to our second big idea. Train your memory. Seriously, if you only take one thing away from this, let it be this. This is probably the single biggest game changer for how you study. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how you interact with information.
So on the left, you've got what most of us do, right? Passively rereading our notes, highlighting stuff. It feels productive, but the science is super clear. It's highly ineffective and gives you a false sense of confidence. On the right, that's the solution, active recall. This forces your brain to actually work to get the information, and that struggle is what builds deep, strong memory connections that actually last.
So how do you actually do this? It's way simpler than it sounds. Instead of just reading your notes, close the book and ask yourself, okay, what were the main points? Try explaining a concept out loud. To a friend, to your dog, to the wall, it doesn't matter. Or try this. Cover your notes and try to rewrite them from memory. It's going to feel harder for sure, but that difficulty, that's the learning happening in real time. And the science behind why this works is actually pretty cool. It all comes down to one word, retrieval. See, every single time you force your brain to pull a piece of information out of your memory, you're not just remembering it, you're literally strengthening the pathway to that memory. It's like walking down the same path in a forest. The more you use it, the clearer it gets.
Okay, strategy 3. This is where we get a little sneaky. It's time to learn how to read the examiner's mind. And your key to doing this isn't some big secret. It's the mark schemes that come with every past paper. These things are your secret weapon. I mean, think about it. We spend so much time learning all this content. But what does the person on the other end, the one grading your paper, actually need to see to give you the marks? What are they really looking for? And the answer might surprise you. It all boils down to this: clarity over creativity. Examiners aren't looking for a beautiful, creative essay. They have a checklist. They're looking for specific keywords and direct answers that tick the boxes on that list. This means you have to totally change how you use mark schemes. Don't just use them to check if you are right or wrong. You need to analyze the official answer. Ask yourself, why did they phrase it that way? What specific terminology did they use? The mark scheme isn't just an answer key, it's a guide to the language of getting points. And that brings us to our final and absolutely crucial strategy: performing under pressure. Because you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you can't access it and put it down on paper within the time limit of an exam, well, it doesn't count for much, does it? You have to practice the way you're going to perform. That means simulating real exam conditions. Find a quiet space, use an official paper, set a timer for the full duration. And I mean 0 interruptions. No phone, no music, nothing. This is what builds the mental endurance you need and makes the real exam feel familiar, not terrifying. And this really sums it all up. The IB isn't just testing what you know, it's testing your ability to perform. It's a skill. And just like any skill, you have to practice it. Doing timed papers trains you to manage the clock, handle that anxiety, and think clearly when it really counts. So let's bring it all home. Success in the IB isn't a competition of who can suffer the most or study the longest. It's about who studies the smartest. It's about having a plan, actively training your memory, understanding the rules of the game, and practicing for performance. So, I'll leave you with this thought. Your final grade won't reflect how many hours you poured in, it will reflect how effective those hours were. It's a measure of your strategy. You have the playbook of top scorers now. The only question left is, what's your next move?